Welcome to the Oakland Volleyball Notebook. My name is Neil Rule as we're joined by Jamie Walling, one of the most prolific attackers in the history of Oakland Volleyball. We'll get more into that a little bit later on, but Jamie, let's start with this. You guys have the match coming up this week against Wright State on Monday and Tuesday. That'll be available on ESPN+. But before we get into that, let's take a look back to last week. Your season got off to about as good a start, really, that you can ask for. Very solid road wins for you guys.
Yeah, it was really great. I was a little nervous to go on the road for our first games just because I love playing at home so much. And we really rose to the challenge, and we'd never been to Robert Morris. No one in our conference has. And we really came out, and I know the first one went 5, but that shows that we have grit, that we have the longevity to play through a 5-set game and come out on top even when it's close. So it was good to see that out of everyone that's like returning and even the newbies.
And speaking of those new pieces, I think you guys showed right off the bat, Jamie, that your offensive attack can be very diversified. It's not just a Jamie Walling or a 1 or 2 angle attack. I mean, you have multiple players, multiple young players that can provide some balance offensively.
Yeah, it's been really great to see. In the fall, even we were playing down at the church down the road, just on their sand court, and just watching them play, I was like, whoa, we're good. Like, we got some good people here. Like, I was so excited to see how they were actually going to play, and watching them play last weekend, they were so confident. They were going after it, and I love to see that because I was so scared when I first came in, and I remember like being a little timid, and I just like wanted that for them. I didn't want them to have to go through that, and seeing them grow and just freaking go after it. It was awesome.
You were timid, Jamie? That must have been a real long time ago.
Timid might be the wrong word, but I was definitely a little intimidated by the fact of playing D1 volleyball and just coming in, and they were such a seasoned offense when I came in. I was the only freshman, I think, hitting, and that was just a lot of weight that I carried, I think, for no reason.
Well, if you go back to that day, to this day today now, as you're poised to rack 1,000 kills in your career, one of the most prolific attackers in the history of Oakland volleyball. That's not my opinion. That's researchable fact. If you go through the record books, you can confirm that. Your name is littered throughout, one of the very best to ever do it here at Oakland. What's gone on from that day you stepped on the scene and you were, quote, intimidated, to today where you're one of the best to ever do it here for Oakland?
Well, that's so crazy to hear, the way that you say that. It honestly leaves me speechless. I don't even know where to begin. I'm just so lucky that I had the opportunity to do this, and my team has made me who I am. Like, if we didn't have good enough passers, if we didn't have good enough setters to get me the ball, like, literally I would not be here. And every day they make me better. That sounds so cliche, but I mean, the way that Lindsay can dig me in practice, like, forces me to be able to hit something else. And it forces me to learn new things. The way our blockers are blocking against me has to make me become better. And that's just the way that it's worked out. And I couldn't be more lucky to be here at Oakland and to have met and played with everyone I have for the last 4 years.
Talking with Jamie Walling here. So, Jamie, you guys and Wright State this week available on ESPN Plus on Monday and Tuesday. What will it take to keep this train rolling?
It's going to take a lot of effort. We've been practicing a lot this week, just being a lot quicker and just cleaner in our movements, because Wright State's fast and they're good. Like, there's no way around it. And we're going to have to show up and be really ready to be on target, on assignment, and just quick and putting up a fight, having a lot of extra effort balls, because they're, like I said, like, they're good. We're going to have to keep the ball off the floor as long as possible and a lot longer than them.
Well, I always appreciate the time talking with you, Jamie. I'd much rather talk to you about volleyball than Rob Beam about movies. That is for sure. But thanks again. And remember, Monday and Tuesday, ESPN Plus. Tune it in.